I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and this is my video blog. We're here at the Throwdown the Mountain 3 for day 2 coverage. We've got an amazing leader card lined up for you with Kelvin Heimburg in the lead shooting a 54. Also tied with him for the lead is Guice, shot a 54 as well. Zach Melton from Tennessee shot a 55. Bubis and Nate Sexton both carded 56s, which are considered 5 under here at this Brooksville course. They're going to put on a good show for us. We're going to go ahead and get right to the action. We hope that you enjoy it. Again, I'm the Disc Golf Guy. Let's watch them play with confidence. Our competitors have completed exactly half of the round here as they're moving over to hole 10. Bubis on the tee, going straight up the gut. There are two main options on this hole. Some players will go down the right-hand side. There's a hole right off the tee. They can go down to that right-hand side and then play up to the basket. I think you're going to see most of our leader card, in fact, come straight up the gut. We see Nate attempting just that, and his shot's a little bit high. However, he finishes down there on his right-hand side of the fairway. Should be able to get up and down from there. It's going to be somewhat obstructed. Guice, the beautiful shot, second shot on the previous hole, as was Alexis, and a nearly perfect shot here on hole 10's tee. That's going to give him an opportunity to go for the birdie too. And that was low and then skipped off the ground by Kelvin. Skipped up in the air, however, did finish somewhat in the center of the fairway. This is Zach Melton. He's going to be throwing a lefty forehand shot. Looks like he might be setting up to go down that gap, and he has done just that. However, it looks like he was caught up. Zach certainly has his work cut out for him, as he is on the lower tier, which is exactly where he was aiming. Unfortunately, it's considerably shorter than he had hoped for. And he has finished down here. Kelvin's lining up a forehand shot. And he is pin high, but at least 35 to the right. Perfect shot by Bubis.
Do it.
Great shot by Nate Sexton. Sexton good for par. Kelvin's in for his bogey 4. Alexi and Kobe looking to take their par 3s. Unfortunately, Alexi just short off the rim. He's going to take a bogey 4. Kobe with a gorgeous drive. Unfortunately, not enough chain for the birdie 2. He's in for his par 3. And Zach will be carding a bogey 4. Gonna move to the beautiful hole number 11. Nate going with a Star Excalibur. Unfortunately, he needed it to flip up a little bit. That's going to be short and on the right hand side. Next to tee will be Kobe. Kobe's going to also need that to flip up and turn over a little bit. Unfortunately, he's going to be finishing on the left-hand side. Alexi's drive may get as far as pin high, however it will be left. Kelvin to tee fourth. Kelvin's also not turning for him. Looks like it's just heading left. Last to tee, Zach Melton. And Zach's is going to finish to the right. Oh, and Nate trying to earn himself the clutch putt of the day, as it was put in from just about that spot yesterday. Zach's got a long jump putt. Just short, he'll settle for a par 3. Kobe's found himself on the left-hand side of the fairway here. He's going with an overhand. He's very comfortable with those. And has rolled it pretty much right around the pin. That is as good as a shot as you can ask for. Kelvin is just about pin high on the left-hand side, and he's underneath the pin for an easy par 3. Alexi is actually past the pin here in this 555 footer, and he'll be settling for a par 3 as well. Not really sure what's going on here, but apparently push-ups in the fairway are necessary. After all 5 of our competitors carded par 3s on the previous hole, we have Nate Sexton up first. And as you can see, I will point, that is a mandatory sign, which means the players must navigate to their right of that sign. So when they are throwing off the tee, they must be to the right of that sign. Although Nate did clip some trees on the, what would be his right side of the fairway, he's going to have no problem making the mandatory. This looks like a great drive here by Kobe. Clips a little bit, but just a few feet in front of Nate. That'll set him up with a couple different options. This is Alexi for his tee shot, and that's coming out low. He's going to need that to skip straight. And unfortunately, he did not make it to the mandatory sign, which is right there. So he'll still need to navigate to the right of it, which is going to make for a challenging and maybe not so effective second shot. And Kelvin skips up and gets past the other 2 that are on this side. Zach throwing a forehand shot. And if that's got the distance, that looks pretty good as well. And in fact, it seems to be the best shot in the group. Good shot by Alexi, but he just has no way to get to the pin from where he was at and having to navigate the Mando. Kelvin's hit a tree on the right-hand side. Sexton with a forehand coming up just a bit short. Kobe going with a rock for his second shot. He needs a little bit more D to get up there for the putt. Zach's nearly perfect tee shot gave him an option of a hyzer or a flick, and the flick has worked perfectly. Forehand by Kelvin comes up short. Easy hyzer shot for Alexi. Just short from 45. Also just short. And after Nate Sexton's birdie attempt came up short, Zach puts in for his 3 for birdie. Alexi will put in for his par 4, as will Kelvin and Nate and Kobe. So, taking an additional stroke here from the card will be Zach Melton. He puts down a roller, looking for it to stand up. It's done just that. Very nice shot here by Nate Sexton. Alexi with a beautiful shot straight up the center of the fairway. We also just saw Kobe throw an overhand shot off the tee. And making this look easy is Kelvin on this 612-foot hole number 13. Zach has a good angle at this. And very nice looking shot. And standstill overhand by Kobe. Puts him in putting range for the birdie 3. Kelvin's got a forehand from one knee, and he's underneath the pin. And Nate's eagle try is just off the front of the basket. Kobe makes good on the birdie 3. Birdie 3 for Zach. Alexi also birdie 3, and looking for birdie 3s out of both Nate and Kelvin. Star frame all 5 competitors with birdie 3s. Nice shot here by Zach, coming in nicely to the pin, and Ken Climo calling it safe. Not sure what kind of spotting duties he was performing, but And Sexton's drive comes up just short of the pin. Should be right there for the easy birdie. Right hand side is Kobe's overhand shot.
I told you, I said you put it above the trees.
And right next to Alexi's is Kelvin's shot. Kelvin makes good for the birdie too. Alexi also makes good for the birdie too. I expect most of our competitors to birdie this hole. This is, we'd say, one of the easier holes out here, although it is 310 feet slightly uphill. However, very little to contend with in terms of obstacles. And Zach makes good from about 22 feet, although there's some conversation and whatnot going on in the background, so great concentration there by Zach. Kobe makes good with the Madison face putter. And Sexton is just 8 feet away. Another star frame. That's 10 birdies in 10 attempts on the last two holes. Good looking shot there by Zach. It's caught up just a little bit. And Nate's hits and rolls backward.
Same thing. He's a little slow.
Kobe will have an uphill putt. Looking for a little skip here. And Alexi's shot is low and left. And last to tee is Kelvin. Kelvin looking for a skip, and he's got that. However, it comes back down the hillside. Sexton with a long jumper off of the rim, and it gets up and rolls a little bit and finally sits down. Alexi with a awkward angle, but he's underneath the pin. And Kelvin clips a tree. Zach's birdie attempt is up and just off the top of the basket. And Nate makes good on his par save after the roll away on the birdie attempt. We'll see Kelvin taking a bogey 4, and the rest of the cards should be carding 3s. There was a announcement that there was an accident on the next hole, which has created a significant backup for our players. We hope that our pal AJ is doing all right, but these players will experience a sizable backup here on their next tee. We're through 15. This is Throw Down the Mountain, round number 2 in Brooksville, Florida. And after a very, very lengthy delay, this leader card here is teeing on hole number 16, 390 feet, par 4, almost straight uphill the entire way. Sexton throwing a nearly perfect drive with his champion Orc straight up the center. Kobe has a PD. And he has pulled that right, and he's going to be in a world of hurt on that right-hand side. Alexi releases his destroyer just a bit low. And Kelvin's ripping one straight up the center and gets no skip. However, he does stay in the center of the fairway. Kobe with an overhand, which finishes on the left. And Kobe with a forehand roller. And it's fighting up the hill. And Alexi goes with a low shot straight up the gut on the left-hand side. Great shot by Nate Sexton. He's going to have a look at a birdie 3. And Zach throws perfectly up toward the pin.
Nice try.
And Nate's is just off the top for the birdie 3. We're here on hole 17, which is 355 feet. Pin is tucked up and slightly on the right-hand side. Nate's going to be throwing a forehand Star Excalibur. And looks like it's come out just a bit early on him. Kelvin to T3rd. Kelvin throwing a KC rock, which fights into the center of the fairway. And a beautiful shot here by Kobe.
Great shot, dude.
And Alexi throwing what I believe is a rock. And he's got a putt from there. Zach getting after it, right next to the pin for his 3. Kelvin with the Anheuser, right next to the pin for an easy 3.
Hey, good.
Nate sits down. Zach is left on his par attempt. Sexton is in for his 3. The only remaining birdie opportunity here is Alexi. Alexi throwing his rock more than 355 feet straight down the tunnel. And he makes good. Zach can convert. He'll be looking at taking a bogey 4. And no problems for him. Kobe's going to card the par 3 as well. Kelvin. We're going to move to the beautiful signature hole of all signature holes, 18.
Zach, put it there. Yeah. Homie.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
Looks good. Yeah. Don't believe what he says. He gave me a green flag yesterday. I got down there in the water. It's like that cool, man.
Alexi's shot was off to the right. They had to determine if it was inbounds or not. However, it looks like Nate has thrown a very nice forehand Excalibur off the tee. Third to throw is Kelvin with a KC rock.
That's going over top of everybody's heads. Right?
makes so straight.
And Kelvin throwing a very long way down there. Nice shot. Kobe getting caught up on that left-hand side.
Go.
Zach trimming the left-hand side, however, looks like he's going to get to the bottom of the hill. 730 foot, hole number 18. Kobe had landed on the side of the hill, so this was actually his third shot. And he's just looking to land pretty much right there so he can play up and hopefully get up and down in 2 more. Here is Zach from the hillside. He's just looking to get up to the flat spot here so he can hopefully get up and down in 2 more.
Good shot.
And he's done so perfectly. This is Kelvin's second shot. He's going for the green. And looks like he's got a green flag up there. Very nice third shot here by Zach. This is Kobe's 4th shot up and on top. He is safe. And a great approach by the drop zone, from the drop zone, after finding himself in the OB water. And a solid putt there by Kobe to finish off the round. It's going to card up bogey 5. Beautiful shot on hole 18. Kelvin with a birdie 3 to finish out his solid round here. Zach Melton with a par 4. Great performance here by Zach today. Nate Sexton will tap in, as will Alexi Bubis. And there you have it. That is our second round coverage. Hope you're enjoying it here at the Throwdown the Mountain.